Yeah, we're going to be getting into this, and right off the bat, I'm just going to say there's going to be another Thatcher ban from Soniqs. A Montaigne.
Okay.
Ah. Not sure how I feel about
Interesting.
that one. Banash, tough one.
Banash.
It's got to be a Thatcher ban. Again,
Well,
like
that's
we've
an
seen
insta-lock.
it consistently.
Oh, that's an insta-lock.
Yeah, it's got to be a Thatcher, surely. And yeah, there we go.
Okay.
K9, I mean, Thatcher, again, going to be taken off the board. We're going to move into Soniqs' defense ban here. I'm just going to guess an Echo again, because I know they do like a bit of mirror here as well. Don't see too much Echo coming out from Soniqs overall, and I just do not see them banning Maestro against themselves.
No, they won't do that. I'm guessing it would be the Echo. You know, they look as if they played Mirror last map, so they're not afraid of that. And, you know, every other ban has been Echo for them.
Potentially a Pulse ban here, honestly, as well, against Orgless. Orgless use that quite a bit, but no.
Okay, it is the Mirror.
It's going to be the Mirror.
So, similar to what they did in Bank, but then I can expect Echo now to be the ban out, because you don't leave Echo up in Cafe. You can be very strong, especially you don't leave Echo up whenever Valkyrie is also on the table.
Orgless could ban the Maestro, got us a pretty powerful Maestro player, but it's going to be the Echo ban, of course, from them. So, you know, we've also seen Trippin do quite well on Maestro as well during the last map of Clubhouse, but we'll have a look at what this is going to be. The chat has definitely been very interesting tonight.
It's been the most active one that we've had so far. I love the way he said, Confidence Sleb and don't turn on your cheats. You know, it's a superpower player. It's in his blood. He can't stop it.
Yeah, that is true. He is Finnish.
Yep.
So, we'll move through to a bar. Cocktail Lounge defense to start off with here from Sonic, sorry. Sorry, from Orgless. Yeah, the names are messed up on the overlay. Not good.
We'll get that fixed. Don't worry.
We'll get that fixed, yeah.
We always will. But anywho, as we move into... Yes, it will be the bar defense for Orgless.
Thank you.
Thank you, production. Thank you. And, yeah, so Kaid should be like 100% pick whenever Thatcher's off the table. No hard breach ban, so all of them are available. I don't think Maverick will see a lot of play. Only the one, though, just got us on the Thermite. And whenever they don't have a way of getting rid of Kaid charges, they could struggle with actually opening up the main freezer wall, which is kind of like the generic place you could play your Kaid in. He can play inside of the little freezer stock area, has the ACOG that you can peek and snipe out whatever you want to do. So overall for Orgless, you know, it's a pretty solid lineup. You have a couple of ACOGs on the table as well, and a very long bomb site that you can really fight the attackers as soon as they drop in red. It just, you know, makes a lot of sense. Smoke denial, even the Mozzie for the C4 from below, which... I'm kind of expecting like a lot of denial from below, and I'm kind of also expecting kind of what Soniqs did on their bank, and that was kind of hold positions that they needed to away from what Orgless want.
Yeah, it definitely could be. We also are seeing, of course, the Cade coming out from Balan here.
Peek again.
Thatcher, it's not good, and Makarov, I mean, it looks like he already went for a spawn peek and got a little bit damage for it. This bakery front door run out can be really punishing though when you're repelling.
I think Super's Nomad at it though, because he was lurking out there, and you know they're bringing the Nomad specifically for different runouts, especially if they look at what Clubhouse did to them, which was a bit of a frag fest for the players of Orgless. But not even that, it just helps with denying the flanks. You look in towards red stairs, there always has to be a Nomad there just to disallow any defender wanting to go for the rotate. And how many times have we seen a very potent rotate up red stairs, which is completely shut down the round?
Oh, Blan already going to kick things off with a quick kill onto Comfy. Sophia already off the board very, very early on. And, you know, this is looking really good.
No Jaeger, though, from Orgless, which is strange. On a bomb site which kind of revolves around utility usage from the attackers, and whenever I say utility usage, as in clearing out different positions with frag grenades and Maestro cameras that they know are always going to have to be something they have to clear, not bringing, Jaeger, who is always seen on top floor, is a bit strange to me.
Yeah, that is true. There's also like just a lot of positions here that can be very, very easily cleared out by nades, but we'll have a look at what we want to do here. Orgless are 4v4 right now, but they still have all their utility up, as well as So this freezer is still close
Blarn.
as well. Blarn, you heard the thermite charge be planted down, but will not put an electro claw down. He'll still have that in his back pocket, as Goddess does find that entry up onto Timsy. This is looking great for Soniqs right now. They have it open, but Blarn wide peeks out, takes down Goddess in return. And, you know, Soniqs still have, like, a lot of time left to try and do something. They have their entry wall open, more importantly.
They have Super on an off position towards the east repel, and if he swings in and can try and catch Trippin by surprise, this should be able to be a pretty successful round, because now they have pretty much a triangle of death pushing in towards them, and everybody collapses on Soniqs, and the triangle of death, we'll call that one.
Yeah, really good position coming out from Soniqs there. They managed to get in, and they managed to get all of that control necessary. Soniqs take the first round on attack, and so far, Orgless not looking great on their defenses. I really think, honestly, a big reason they lost that round is Blarn not throwing his electric claw. I swear he heard it.
Yeah, he did hear it. Perhaps he thought that it was them trying to like plant like another wall, perhaps. But
all
yeah,
he needs to
heard
is
that.
throw that electric claw down
it.
next to him, and he would have got that wall.
Because he did peek, and he was like, did I just hear that? But then he just didn't throw it. I don't know. I just think that was just poorly played by him, and allowing then the attack to have an entryway into Freezer just opens everything up that you could ask for. I like the fact that Soniqs, whenever they realize they have the man advantage, they will also go for like rotations similar to what we've seen Orgless do in Bank, and it does catch teams by surprise, because whenever you're kind of in that tunnel vision mode of just holding down from like west side, you're never really expecting someone like Super to repel in east window, which I like to see.
So, moving into round number 2, we'll see an upstairs defense coming up from Orgless, and basically the same strategy coming out from them, except this time there'll be no Doc, but I think you'll be glad to see the Jaeger being brought here.
Yeah, they needed the Jaeger, specifically to kind of hold off the Sophia from eliminating Maestro cameras, because you need that information whenever you're not bringing the Valkyrie, which is another strange one, because Valkyrie is extremely strong on Cafe top floor, and, you know, you can even get, like, a camera out towards east side, and you can cover that. You know, if there's a camera, they would have seen Super repel in. There's a lot of benefits for having the Valkyrie, and, of course, C4s from below are always going to be a potent thing that the defenders have going for them.
Yeah, we're also talking about, like, information being brought here. It's kind of weird that we've seen very little Valkyrie across this series so far.
Yeah, hasn't been banned once out of all the maps as well.
She can be really good as well for this particular map as well, like that bakery front door that Makarov just opened up again that he was threatening last round as well. He said we got nomaded, but it's still like a threat of being able to be active on these windows. We've seen a lot of repelling coming out from Soniqs to try and get that early control of the piano, so being able to threaten runouts off of the intel from Valkyrie cameras can be good here. We're not going to see that so far from Orgless, but I think this strategy also works, like having the Mozzie as well downstairs with the shotgun and the nitro, and just being able to play downstairs aggressively can also be pretty good for you.
Super using 2 nomads on the east window jump outs, so they are specifically playing him as like a lone wolf. So he just goes ahead and does his own thing, doesn't really assist his team in any way apart from the kind of pressure he adds. But if he's already opened up with a kill onto the Maestro, then hey, who can complain against that? Makarov is looking for the jump out, but he hears the air jab being positioned right beside him. Timsy now, he will take up the same position the Maestro was at, and already Orgless are looking a little bit jumpy. They look as if they're in panic mode.
There's a drone down here as well, and it is going to be able to catch out that Mozzie, hopefully, but Slevin is going to move in. He's going to get that entry up onto Makarov, doing very well for himself there. Gonfi should be able to get in here, open up this side wall, and Goddess should be able to get in here and potentially open stuff up. But of course, with no Thatcher, with no Maverick, it's going to be difficult for them to get open this wall. Looks like they're going to go for the same strategy they did last time. Nades are going to be coming out from Neptunes, of course, as well, but this isn't looking too good for Soniqs to actually, like, stalling out a little bit here, actually.
Goes for the thermite charge, and once again, Blarn, just nothing. He said he's going to try and wide swing it, and now right in the heart of Freezer is where he stands, and, well, Goddess does get eliminated. It wasn't, you know, weird position. I doubt that Goddess would have expected him to play that with everything else that's kind of going on, and another one for Blarn as well. Even though he's been stunned, he's still picking up the kills, and another for Blarn. That's a triple. Can he add any more to the tally?
That is absolutely insane from Blarn. He just goes huge. He gets a triple kill. And now he's regained the piano control more importantly, but also he's got Diffuser down here. So 30 seconds left to go on the clock. We've still got Super and Neptune's up, but I don't think Neptune's has any nades remaining. And they've actually lost a lot of control. They just spent the entire round trying to gain.
And even Super, who he was used to just swinging in towards the east, trying to hold those kind of angles to allow his team. Now he has to come up himself and do the job. As he walks up in towards the white and, well, does win that gunfight, but still Blarn has control of Diffuser with 5 seconds to go, and Bravo Dog now being kind of like a human drone that can't really do much, and Blarn, there we go, an ace for Blarn, somehow he's made that work, and Soniqs, what were you doing? You just fed the man, and now he's happy and well.
I've never seen such a badly played position from the Cade turn into such a round-winning position played. Because, you know, if he could have Impact Trick denied, or if he could have just put an Electric Wall down...
7-1, by the way.
Done something, you know, he would have just been able to bring in that, but Blarn is the only one on this roster who's had any kills whatsoever, and he just aced that round. He completely saved that round for Orgless. Like, there is no denying that whatsoever. Despite the fact that not using his utility earlier on may have cost them the round.
So you still think they're playing better because Forceful's now a coach? Or do you now want to go with it's because Blarn's here?
I just have no idea anymore. It just, in that position, it just feels like the Cade should not have won that, but...
You feeling okay?
I'm just lost. And every time we cast, like, NA Tier 2 versus Tier 1, where, like, it feels like no one really cares about what's going on. It just, like, we saw Akami Rogue, right? That's a great definition of kind of how I see this game starting to deteriorate into. It's not quite got there yet, and I don't think we're going to see another matchup like that, but it's starting to push its way there. We're getting to round number 3, though, and it's going to be a kitchen defense. And I think this is the best defense with the Thatcher ban.
Yeah, it's really tough to eliminate not only the Kaid charges, but like even a bandit can be pesky. And if you know that you're going up against a bandit, it forces your attack to push the top floor and use the verticality. Sure, you may be thinking, oh, but what if there's a Kaid? You can still eliminate Kaid charges from above. You can still do that. That's easy enough. It just means that you have to take a little bit more time and utility to do so. And honestly, I don't really see why teams wouldn't go for the upstairs vertical control to begin with, because that helps you a lot with clearing out the main B bomb site, looking in towards A as well. So, top floor is always going to be like a big thing that teams will look towards. But there has been teams which just like to play fast and aggressive, but with the Thatcher ban, that doesn't really exist now.
So, we'll see Pest's going to go down up over this top floor from Bravo Dog. And you should be able to do a little bit of roaming here, but you are right, it's going to be kind of pushing your entire push vertically. And this could be an issue for Soniqs if they're not too confident in dealing with the roam game coming out from Orgless. You see Bravo Dog, of course, up on that Mozzie, about to do what he can, as drones are going to come out sequentially from Soniqs.
So Soniqs will be going from the top floor, moving their way towards the mid floor, and finally into the point. The reason why they're doing this is to make sure that there is no pesky roamers that have been causing them a lot of pain in the backside, but for the most part, I feel as if Orgless have been a lot more tamer so far. If you look at their 2 top floors, it's not been the same kind of aggressive nature that we're used to seeing from them. Whenever I say used from them, as in the bank matchup, which was absolutely Monkey Fest 2.0.
And also the clubhouse as well. Like, we saw a lot of spawn peeking coming out in clubhouse as well from like Makarov as well, like going for those aggressive run-outs and just being aggressive overall. But yeah, you are right. We haven't seen that as much on this matchup. Oh, Bravo Dog. It's unlucky for him.
Things you hate to see.
Yeah, just hitting the railings there as Gonfi takes him out from such a long sightline away as well. But we'll see how the rest of this starts to go down as playing Neptune's just opening up the floor as much as you can.
Okay, so you've now lost a C4 off the board by going for a very risky pick. So if you're Orgless, you either play to the mercy of the sledge, and that is kind of try and dodge around his holes, or you do try and pick these sledge holes and try and get that frag back. And if you do kill the sledge, and that means he's not going to be able to open up anything more, and, well, to say that, there he goes in, and this is the power that the vertical control always will have on Kitchen specifically. There is still that Kaid charge, which is difficult for Neptunes to deal with, and he has to really time the nade perfect if he wants to eliminate that and give Goddess the opening that she needs.
No, he's gonna make sure that Goddess can make her way over there. Trippin, meanwhile, over in Coast is gonna try and do what he can, but Gonfi moves all the way into side, gets a double kill out of it, and it's gonna be all Soniqs in a flawless round from them. And again, just, yeah, Orgless. Not able to put that entry frag up, I think it's just completely what lost them the round there. Like, you're playing too conservatively there, and as soon as they went for an aggression, they get shut down immediately. And again, it's still, Blanc is the only person with any frags on this team.
Whenever Soniqs look strong in their attacks, boy, do they look strong. They look so clinical whenever they have everything going for themselves. You take Bank, for example, on their kind of attacks. You know, those first first 3 rounds, the lockers and the 2 CEOs, Soniqs looked just crucial and were dominating Orgless right to the T. But then as soon as Orgless started getting a little bit, you know, frisky and started getting those picks and those peaks and started everything going in for it, then Soniqs started to kind of trip up at the hurdles. And I feel with Orgless, they need to do this again. They need to try and take the fight to them, have that aggressive nature. I'm not saying just keep jumping out of windows, because eventually Soniqs will just sit and spawn and wait for you to do that. But go for extended hold, go for a roam game. Just do something that Soniqs are not going to be expecting.
So, moving into round number 4, we're going to go back down to kitchen as well. Orgless convinced that they can do something here, and you know, I think they can with just like this, you know, good aggressive roam game coming out. It's good that they're being a little bit more confident about their defense sites here, because we saw on the clubhouse that they were, sorry, on Bank, that they were changing sites every single round and just trying to find something that was working. So we'll have a look at what Orgless want to do here. Hopefully they've managed to coordinate a bit of better defense here. And, you know, I think in a way there has been some adaptation coming out from them. Like, you know, they brought the Jaeger last time. Now we see the Mute Mozzie combo coming out. I think this is a little bit better for what they want to do in the roam game. And they've already found a drone out of it.
Yep. Soniqs. Again, top floor sweep from them. But Orgless, they have a lot of roamers. Only one guy on site. Blarn, aggressive main stairs. You also have the guy lurking in towards the backside and towards raiding, and then 2 playing inside of the dining train area. They do have the entire double wall looking into red soft, so if there was ever to be a rush from Soniqs, they could stop that in its tracks. A lot of pressure now for Soniqs to see how they can execute an off-site roam clear-out. It should be pretty simple for them whenever Golfy has been having an excellent game, and Super, he just peeks in with really no intel, and Trippin does trip him up.
Yeah, he does take him down, and that's Trippin finding his first kill of the matchup. Sorry, of this map.
Yeah, come on, let's not be too harsh on him. He has got a kill. Come on.
He did well in the last map in the end. So, Soniqs going to go for that top floor down and clear. And as I said again, just going purely for that vertical play. But I think, yeah, from Orgless, this is much better. Like, being aggressive, being this top floor roam, taking out drones, just having an aggressive roam can do well for you, but not like that. Makarov is going to go down and no trade coming through so far. But oh my god, from reading as well, the wide peak comes out from Trippin, and he secures the triple kill for himself.
2v3, Goddess, Neptune. How can they pull this back? Still at top floor control. Neptunes gets himself into a better position and does catch out Trippin, and that's, well, a very short-lived dream for him has been terminated. Timsy on site, and I think Blarn's still lurking, but he's not really in a great position to kind of take the frags. I think he's just waiting for Soniqs to try and push him. And honestly, if Soniqs try and rotate in towards Bakery and try and open up like anything towards that side of the map, they will run straight into him. But quite smartly from them, instead they're looking to pressure the back. Whenever they have the sledge doing all of the damage and all of the work and looking for those entry picks, a quick drop could help from Soniqs. And Goddess, if she wins this 1v1 against the shotgun, and boy, they're in a great position.
Yeah, they are. Nades are going to start to come out. Timsy is just going to smoke it all out to prevent the drop, but it is going to come down anyway. Neptune's finds his way into the site. And Goddess is also going to drop down there as well. This is difficult to move through, but Neptune's is going to get the entry kill. Timsy goes down. It's all down to Blanc to try and bring this in. The plant starts to go down. Blanc has to make it now or never if he wants to try and bring this in. He goes to the white peak. He takes Neptune's down. It's all down to Goddess to try and bring this in. The diffuser has gone down. It slowly starts to do its work. Blanc impacting it to see if he can hear anyone over there. He knows there's going to be no one over there right now. Maybe convinced it behind the bomb. A slow creep coming around from Goddess, still holding it down. Blanc trying to push up, trying to find the diffuser, but Goddess shuts him down, and Soniqs will take round number 4. Absolutely clinical from them. And a great adaptation as well to push the backside rather than to try and keep pushing Bakery and run into Blanc. So, and we've got a bit of a game on our hands here. Orgless with a little bit more greater adaptation there in that game, in that round even.
Yeah, positioning from Blarn kind of cost them there, because as soon as they seen that the hatch was getting opened, rather than anything else, they should automatically think, okay, they're going to drop the back. Blarn was still just kicking about in Bakery, not really doing much. He had to have a better rotation, because you're relying so heavily on Smoke to really show up for you, and it's always going to be a tough one. I kind of feel as if the positioning from Smoke was also pretty poor. The fact that he backed away from the close angle on bomb meant that, you know, that shotgun is not going to nail a shot if he peeks you from the freezer, which is exactly what happened. He also needed to stay a lot closer. Sure, he was fearing the nades, but he heard both of them go off. Why didn't he just go back in the same position?
That's true. That is true.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Regardless of that, we're going to see Orgless go back up to this top floor, which maybe so famously at this point now. Blanc got his ace up here, was able to secure the round finally. But so I'm going to see a very similar setup coming up from Orgless here. Let's see how they want to deal with this. Sonic so far have been pretty consistent in these attacks, and honestly, even if they lost both of these next 2 attack rounds, they could probably walk away pretty happy, especially with a Thatcher ban banning 3 attacks here.
Pulse being brought for the first time. Curious to see how they'll play him, because they have brought the Mozzie for the most part in that position. Still no Valkyrie as well from them. I'm curious to see how they will position Bravo Dog. Will they have him on site to kind of begin with, and then have like a hatch for him to rotate below? Will he play in reading to try and gain early information? Can he just scour around the second floor and just kind of do every once? I kind of feel if you're playing the Pulse, you need to play him as a source of information first, more than anything, because early information is great to kind of figure out where people are positioned. Like, if you play in Reading Room, you can also pulse through the east wall and see if anybody's lurking towards that. And, well, from Soniqs, we know that that's a favored position for Super to play in, and Sleppin, just right off the rip, eliminates Blarn. And that's sloppy from Orgless.
Really sloppy from Blanc to allow himself to get picked like that so early on from the skylight. He's going to go down, and that is a massive utility pick going to be coming out from Orgless here. We'll see how the rest of it does develop, but this is not looking good for Orgless at all. They're losing their star player as well as such heavy utility. Drippin going to be holding down to Piano and see what he can do here. But you are right about Pulse. Should be playing off the info and should be able to give a good idea of what the Sonics push is going to be here, but it's been pretty consistent for the most part of what they want to do.
Okay, so he's looking to go for the C4, right up in towards the red hatch. Gonna go for a jump out, though, and that's a freebie. And Neptune's, he falls, but still, it's something that got back into their control, but then they still lack the Maestro, who is currently being downed and not in a position to get revived. And Comfy finally picks him off, but he's got something back, which is kind of what they were missing, was a little bit of an oomph in their engine to get them going, and he is still a threat below with the C4. Nobody from Soniqs is interested in taking him out. They're just looking to force their way into bomb site. They've lost their guide, so now they know that there is no, you know, there's nothing that kind of stops Goddess from pushing in and open up the freezer wall, but to be fair, there hasn't been anything stopping her in the past, because Blarn just doesn't want to use his gadgets for whatever reason it is. But this is still not good for Orgless. The C4, no, that's going to get wasted, and now for Bravo Dog, he has to go back to site, because that's the only thing he's going to be able to use now is the gun.
He still has the info coming out as well if he does want to give a little bit more obvious call-outs, but Comfy very aware of a potential flying Curious Slab and pushing through onto Pixel and seeing what he can do from this side. Legion Mines are going to get shot out as well. Goddess waiting for the opportunity to move into the side and start the plant. As Super drops off from the side, may go for a repel up onto White, maybe? Or maybe just pushing up entirely. Slabin is the first one in on the entry, trying to get something to work here. Super on the repel outside of Cocktail to see what's going on. They're going to ping out where they are as Goddess gets her entry. And there we go, Slabin takes down one as well. That's a free one to Timsies. Comfy closes it out. And Soniqs take round number 5. Much better attacks coming up from Soniqs across the board, but
yeah,
really sloppy stuff coming out from Orgless.
Whenever the attacks from Soniqs work, they work well, and really strong stuff. You know, we've barely seen them in kind of clutch positions apart from that one in Kitchen, but you know, you look at the first bar, it was a clean sweep kind of for Soniqs. You know, they still had more than 3 people alive. You look at then the third Kitchen round that they had, again, another very clean, I think it was a flawless from them as well that round, and then the bar, again, 4 people still alive. So everything for Soniqs, it just looks a lot stronger from them. Orgless, It's a tough one to kind of put them in because they've looked good in some places, but it's kind of the basics that they're missing. I think the refrag potential is what they've really been lacking, kind of pushing in ones rather than duos has been a big misstep from them. Soniqs are taking a big chance of actually leaving roamers below, especially the Pulse. Pulse did waste a C4 and didn't get anything from it, but that could have ended a lot worse from them. Perhaps now Orgless, they need to try and look at really exploiting the weaknesses that Orgless leave, and that is the roam game coverage. They don't have any of it.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. But I'm going to see a site we haven't seen yet, Demo, and that is going to be Reading. And we are going to see the Valkyrie being brought for this as well as a Vigil and a Mozzie. So, pretty heavy roam presence it should be here from Orgless. Let's see how that works out. And I think, you know, obviously from Orgless, this is the way to go, and this is how you do play that Reading site. The lack of a smoke, or like even just a main shotgun overall, I don't like it here, honestly.
And this is the one bomb site as well where they bring the Valkyrie, James. Surprised why they brought it now, because it's a little bit too late, isn't it, to kind of pull back your rounds, utilizing the great information source that she has. And oh, look at this from Trippin. He's ready to try and gun. I think it was Slabin got him off. Guard was Blarn and Freezer, so. Just okay. Now he's messed it up.
Bomb located by attackers.
Because that's like just easy now.
He's still gonna kill hole, and he might be able to catch someone out on surprise here. But Super is gonna take down Timsy on the run out very, very early on. Good job from Super to be able to find it. Oh my God! There's another run out coming out from Bravo Dog just before that air jab was getting activated. Oh my God! That is an insanely brave play coming out from Bravo Dog.
And that's a perfect example of where the Commando can favor you compared to the Roni, because those extra 6 bullets he had really helped him in that scenario, and that's kind of killed off Soniqs, because we've talked about them before. If they lose the momentum very early on, they find a hard way getting back into the game. The only kind of thing which has stopped that was the kitchen, and Blur on the Vigil, he just picks off yet again another player, and now a 2v4, Gumpy and Goddess all to do. Comfy swings in towards red stairs, but again, no information. He's playing completely blind, but can he make up for it with the gun skill that we know he has?
Yeah, he's going to try and push in via New Balcon, see what he can do here, but this is looking good. And Nacho from below is going to cost him his life. Bravo Dog picks up that freebie as Blan finishes things off. Absolutely all the work done by Bravo Dog, and Blan up on that roam, and beautifully done, as I may say. And I agree completely with what he's saying about how when Soniqs lose that early aggression coming out, it really completely shuts them down, but I don't think they can be too upset with 4 rounds on the attack.
There's a lot of teams that have started to struggle with the fact of losing, you know, like a big team player, like a big entry utility user. That's why I kind of think that sometimes playing as an entry fragger is the hardest role in the game, because so much relies on you getting that opening pick. Because if you fall off and you lose that 1v1 engagement that you know, that's your job, is to win those, it just puts your team at such a disadvantage. There is so much pressure on entry fraggers these days. Yeah, I would not like to be one. Good thing I'm on the old solid Thermite constantly, but still dropping the double digits because I'm not good. Yes. Yeah, that's me all over.
Getting into Bad Cocktail Lounge defense now, we will not see a cage being brought by Soniqs, which I'm kind of surprised about, honestly, but quick 6th pick from the Twitch onto the IQ from Bravo Dog. We'll make sure that's not a big issue regardless, but I think this is good as well. Like, they're seeing the mute Mozzie combo here as well, especially, which I know is really good on Cafe, but also I know that Soniqs definitely do love to run it a little bit. If you can just get that downstairs control, this IQ could take so much utility off the board.
Whenever they know that they will be going up against, you know, a lot of utility being thrown out by Soniqs, Valkyrie there, IQ is kind of like an insta-pick, I feel. But whenever Orgless didn't pick the Valkyrie, IQ was never a real operator that Soniqs had to worry about bringing, and they kind of opened themselves up for, you know, bringing the Ash, for example, for more fragging potential. You had Nomad being a big part. Orgless have instead went for the Gridlock pick. So both of them are designed to cover off roamers and make sure they can't really flank you. Both of them very different kind of gadgets and how they're done. One creates a massive sound effect and kind of knocks you out, as the other one literally just puts a bunch of stuff in your way and says, don't go through this.
Yeah. I think gridlocks can be good for the most part. Like, if
it's better for executions on the site because you get the smoke swiffer as well.
Yeah, no, she definitely is good for that. I've seen it multiple times now where like someone smokes something and then they put the track stingers down in the smoke so that no one can push through the smoke and like Stewie 2K them. So they do like that usage of Gridlock as well. But yeah,
I'm glad you got that reference. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm really proud you got that,
Thank
young
you.
Stu.
So we'll see Gridlocks and track stingers are going to be going down. Also, Gridlock does bring that shotgun as well. When Makarov trying to crash walk his way in. Neptunes, however, will find his teammate. Timsy already off the board. That's the thermite down, going down so early on and using yet another one. But Makarov does find Slevin. This is not looking good at all for Orgless. It's just falling apart. Neptunes picks up his
on the heater.
3K right now.
He's on the table and he's hitting every number right. So, Orgless, you've pretty much lost everything that you needed to push the bomb site. All you have is an IQ who can literally get rid of a Valkyrie camera and that's it. And a Gridlock who's on Skylight with really no way in. Everybody's on cameras as well. Like, the two guys in freezer, look. And even the guy deep in sight, they're just sitting on cams. I'm guessing looking at Bravo Dog.
Yeah, potentially. More track stingers are going to go down. Blan's going to recover the diffuser. But it's a 4v2. It's a big ask for Orgless to try and come in here and do anything right now. They have no hard breach right now, but Bravo Dog is going to be able to breach charge his way in as Blan tries to push down the opposite side. Bravo Dog is very lit up right now. It's all opened up, but a minute left to go.
They're trying their best, but their best isn't good enough against Soniqs, who've looked impeccable this round on their first defense. Neptunes especially had a big part to say. That's a nice Maestro camera, because that does lock down not only white stairs, but the white corridor as well. Sometimes we see a Valkyrie camera being placed there as well, but Maestro camera just does a little bit better. So Orgless now just time wasting away. Not much they can do. It's the wall. They can't get past. They need a miracle now. Blarn still has the F90, a great gun that can take down many of a foe, but whenever nobody from Soniqs is peeking, great patience from them. It's a tough one to kind of battle against. The push comes in, but the shotgun, it answers them, and well, Soniqs, yet again, another round where they've had so many players alive.
The prone shotgun from Super, like, it's just so easy to win a fight like that, but yeah, completely shut down that attack from Orgless. Great job from Neptunes on the 3K to just pick up all the freebies right now, and this is looking horrific for Orgless to continue into this.
Come on, bro.
As other people would say, the map has started, Timsy.
As other people would say. I say other people. One guy, he would say he's playing with his friend Owen.
Oof. So, we're going down to a kitchen service and kitchen cooking defense here for Soniqs. As I said, well, as we mentioned multiple times as well, ooh. Is that the first glass pick we've had?
Yeah, but I don't get why whenever there's not a hard breacher. Why?
Who needs a hard breacher? I feel like
many teams need a hard breacher, James. You know, you should know this.
If you're this confident that they're going to go downstairs, you could just play it purely off the vertical. You can get a decent amount of picks doing that. But I guess we'll have a look what the plan is here, because yeah, no hard breacher. This the Timsy nook has just not worked out so far. From what we knows,
look, it's as if he's just heard us say this. That's what it's like. It's as if he's just went forward in time and has just heard what we said.
Yeah.
Soniqs, they are going to extend in towards Bakery, and this is a strategy which has kind of been done by certain teams. It's not like the most common by everybody. Sometimes we see shields kind of be added in to add an extra layer of protectivity, and also Maestro cameras is one that can also be added in to give you that information. I look at a team like Secret, I call it the Funker Special, is that you would have the rotation hole that leads back into bomb site, have the shield and Maestro combo, and Funker just sits there and picks heads all day.
Yeah, I mean, like shield angles, even now as well, especially now,
it's a lot better.
Super, you can just take so much off the board here, and I like this hold coming out from the Jaeger.
He's made a smiley face.
Oh!
They're in.
But it's going to be the first frag. It's going to be blind, moves all the way in already. Orgless really just going for this heavy rush right now. Smoke's going to go down in heavy amounts. Blind picks up his super kill onto Goddess. That's both the Maestro off the board as well. Blind picks up a triple kill. Super moves in and goes down for his Slevin. However, Pokeballs onto Blind and takes him down. And now all of a sudden, Orgless find themselves in a 3v2 make that a 3v1 as Makarov just takes the head clean off the Slevin. So on to Gonfi to try and find two more if he wants to bring this in, but this is looking awful for him right now. They know exactly where he is. He tries to go for the QE spam, but they know where he is. They're going to start to shut him down or potentially move into the site at this point.
Hey, if anybody's going to clutch it, it will be this man. They picked him up from Europe. Oh, but unfortunate. The vault kind of done him over there. And Bravo Dog was able to execute that. And, well, the rush has worked again. I'm getting deja vu even from the Okami Rogue game. Like, Okami, all they did was rush and Rogue couldn't do anything. We have seen multiple rushes from Orgless, and they have worked a charm for them. I don't know what it is about the Pro League teams not being able to stop rushes from Tier 2s.
It's crazy as well because Soniqs rushed once, and it was super successful for them. And the next time they tried it, they completely got shut down by a cap can. So, yeah, it's not going well so far. The Finker pick is definitely interesting, and it looks like that Orgless have found the strategy that works from the attack, and they're just going to keep rushing.
Yeah, Finker was brought during the Okami match in Rogue, and every time we've seen a Finker, every time we've seen a rush. So if that's going to correlate with them, maybe they took some tips from that match and realized, hey, that's working for them.
Okami were literally randoming their
they were trolling. Well. Yeah, we know they were trolling, but who's to say that Orgless aren't trolling as well?
No, maybe it just works, you know?
Just new meta. Finker. Brings nades to the table. Gadgets. What do you think of the gadget, James? Because I always think it's like, it's there,
I think
but it doesn't do a lot.
They removed the recoil buff, and it was just a straight up health boost. Like, you just got that health, like Doc, right? It wasn't just like temporary. I think Finker would be way better, but it can be kind of devastating. I guess you're kind of looking as well that Soniqs have not been bringing a smoke at all. So you could say as well that the Finker might work here quite well for you in that respect.
Yeah. The thing about Finker is it's like whenever you use that gadget, you can get hit by like an Ela or like a Legion Mine, which is very common, and it just stops anything that's there. It stops the effect. And also, you take double damage from Smoke. And as we know, Smoke is like one of the best operators for defense, and we always see that. And if you're going to rush with a Finker, Smoke is going to toss out a Smoke Grenade, and that puts an end to that. Thankfully, though, for Orgless, Soniqs, they're not favoring the Smoke. Instead, they're going to go for a much more kind of aggressive, flexible role. You know, you have the Jaeger Legion combo that can be great for denying really any rushes that come their way. And C4's galore as well, which is always common for Kitchen in denying the plant if you're not bringing the smoke.
C4's galore?
Yep.
2 C4s? Is that galore?
Well, whenever we see teams only bring one, for example, and it's like you don't really have like a lot of, choice
through the
for that.
Smoke! I think there's a Maestro cam over there as well, but the Finker does come in, and that is able to pick him back up. Macro's back on board as Bravo Dog finds the entry onto Gomfi and VIP. This is looking much, much better, but Super peeks out again, to confirm the kill, but goes down for it. Neptunes finds one of the tripping, however, but Blanc is starting to do the work through onto Prep, but Neptune shuts him down. That's a double kill for Neptunes on the round, and this rush from Orgless has just been completely shut down across the board.
It wasn't really a rush, it was just they tried to walk in and got shut down straight away, because they were... The definition of a rush is taking them by surprise from different angles.
Sure.
If you're trying to walk in at like a minute 30, that's already into the round. That's not quick. You know, you're not going to catch anybody on their setup. You're pushing from one direct way. Sure, you could try and get the flood advantage, but overall, Soniqs are going to react to that. You need to try and pressure them a lot more in the rushes, because the whole thing about rush is the team's not going to be ready for it, and it makes them panic, and makes them twitch and nervous, and if you're all pushing the one way, they just have to look the one direction and don't really have to worry about anything in between.
Yeah, much, much better coming out from Soniqs to shut down, not a rush, but early aggression coming out from Orgless to try and get that control. Orgless getting punished for a lack of a hard breacher there. Blanc really doing the work for his team, but unable to bring it in. Timsy. I think Timsy needs to be playing Thermite, not because he's dropping a donut, but because Timsy is a fragger on Thermite. He does so well on it, and we saw it on Bank as well. He was able to get so many entry frags on the Thermite, but he's actually being used in the book now. For those of you who don't know Timsy, he was playing on Stokes' Disciples during the CL calls, and, they did pretty well for themselves, actually, honestly. Like, they managed to get to a bunch of, late round finals, and they did almost make it a couple times.
I'll tell you why they lost, though.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Stokes' Disciples. You're already lost just by their name.
That's true. Stokes did coach them, I believe. So
he, to be fair, I kind of like that though from him. I kind of see comparisons and kind of how me and Stokes think is he calls his team Stokes' Disciples. I used to have a team called Demos All Stars.
Okay, yeah.
And that was like the quality, the absolute prime time team of the entire decade.
An all-star team, you could say.
Yeah, that I was in. I was in it myself.
So match point here to Soniqs on round number 10. We'll see what they want to do here. But so far, Soniqs have looked really impressive on Cafe so far. Map record-wise, they haven't had a great time on Cafe.
No.
Bomb located by
But
attackers.
I think they're pretty familiar with this map because they have played a decent amount of times in Pro League.
Everybody's familiar with Cafe. I feel that every team is comfortable on it. It's not
BDS?
It's not the most difficult map to understand because it's very basic. It still has the old remnants of back in the day Cafe.
Yeah.
Top floor plays out exactly the same. There's nothing different. Kitchen is like the only one. Even reading kind of plays out the same as well. Like mining and dining.
Don't forget that Soniqs are made up of a lot of kind of the old guard of people who are playing in year 1, so they should be pretty familiar with how the old Cafe was played. Let's see if they can figure out how the new cafes continue to be played as they move to match point, but Gomfy already picking up the kill onto Trippin on the white stairs, but instantly getting traded out as he tries to be a little bit more aggressive. Makarov on the Twitch this time is able to make his entry. Ash for Valkyrie, I'd say that's pretty worth it.
Yeah, definitely you're already thrown the Valkyrie cameras. For Soniqs, I would say that it's definitely a better trade for them. You know, you lost the Ash, which is kind of nuclear whenever you're trying to go for these rush strategies without having the Thermite, so the R4C, losing that. So Temzi's probably going to drop 0 and 10, because the way that Soniqs are set up at the moment, with Orgless not having a hard breach, they still have Maestro cameras, they still have everybody at full HP, compared to Makarov, who is a little bit beat up. And there's another one, and yeah, well, Timsy, unlucky for you, my friend.
It is Unlucko indeed. It's going to be Bravadog and Makarov to try and bring this in. They've not got too much of a challenge to bring through themselves, but Soniqs do, of course, have quite a lot of control of the site and quite a lot of utility still remaining. Makarov crash walking downstairs, making sure there is no one playing around this diffuser. He's going to recover it, and they should now be aware, like because of that, that everyone should be playing upstairs in the site for Soniqs. So that does make things a little easier.
Everybody just sits back now for Soniqs and just relaxes. They know that all of the pressure is on Orgless. They have to make the first move. They have to try and pull themselves out of this. But the sheer amount of information still up for Soniqs is going to help them. Valkyrie cameras, I'm sure, is still lurking in sight. You have the Maestro cameras. I doubt that the Twitch is going to get anywhere near that. You know, he's like just eliminating stuff, which isn't going to help them as well with the Twitch drone.
He's getting his points.
Bomb has been located.
Tim's now he's grasping at straws.
Nice. Oh, Makarov going to try and push through from Ubalk. Again, a wide angle coming through here, but Bravo Dog goes down. It's now a 3v1 technically, but Makarov could pick up his teammate here. Did go for a bit of a peek, but he's content with picking up his teammate for now. Bravo Dog gets revived and bringing it back into a 2v3, but this is just looking absolutely awful for Orgless right now. So I've been opening up a little bit of an angle for himself here, but we've still got Super playing this close bathroom angle. He's got the Maestro Cam info. He goes back for the prone peek again. This is just looking awful for Orgless right now. Got to fake out Bravo Dog, and the white peak comes out from Super from Pixel to finish things off. Soniqs take the round, they take the map, they take the series, and they are progressing through to the quarterfinals where they will face Rogue.
So probably not how we kind of expected this series to go. Yes, we would say that Soniqs would win, but not in this kind of way. We didn't expect the third map. We didn't expect Clubhouse to go as poorly for Soniqs, and